we'll begin by getting in a comfortable posture. I want to say that for this practice, you can actually be in any of the 4 classic postures: lying down, sitting, standing, walking. Walking's quite a bit more difficult, but it's possible. And we'll sit, if you're sitting, eyes closed, head forward, this kind of standard meditative posture. And I want to recommend breathing through the nose today. And just breathing in whatever way you want to breathe. Just letting your breath be totally uncontrived, totally natural. If it's fast and shallow, let it be fast and shallow. If it's slow and deep, not to worry about the relative length of inhale, exhale, not to worry about any of that. And we're going to take a moment to ground ourselves in our senses. The sensory awareness, the body is always in the present moment. So when we open to the sensory data stream, it's always an invitation of present moment awareness. Now this, now this, now this. So opening the eyes, allowing yourself to take in the sights, shapes, colors, patterns before you, not analyzing, just letting yourself see, be present to what's there, letting the eyes come back to closure, opening the auditory field, and noticing all the sounds in the environment. The sound of my voice, whatever sounds are in your environment, allowing them to be there, to be in the periphery of your attention. Taking a moment and feeling all the sensations in the body, just doing a mini body scan from the tips of your toes, up the legs, up the torso, arms, elbows, hands, shoulders, neck, face, crown, just noticing all the sensations in the body and letting them too recede into the peripheral attention. We don't try to stop anything from arising, but we distinguish between our peripheral attention and what's in our focal point. And breathing in, feeling all the sensations now associated with the breath. The rise and fall of the chest, the sensations at the nostrils, and moving our inhalation down into the lower belly so the belly expands on the inhale and falls back on the exhale. And now moving to our focal point, the dantian point, or hara, something like 2 inches below the navel. And just feeling the rise and fall of the lower belly at the dantian point. Some of you may feel some energy at the point, some chi, some prana, if that's part of your experience. Noticing those sensations and just watching and being with and feeling with your feeling awareness the sensations at the dantian during the breath cycle. And so we take a breath in and a breath out, letting all the other things in awareness sounds, bodily sensations, thoughts, letting them all be in our peripheral awareness effortlessly while we watch the Dantian point. Feel the sensations at the Dantian with the inhale, the exhale. And we'll just sit like this for 5 minutes together. And taking a nice inhale, exhaling, allowing the eyes to open in good time. And I always say this would be a perfect time to water the plants or pet the cat or fold the laundry or something right brain, not analytical, not rushing back into left brain analysis, but just some time to let the body, mind speak to each other, be in whatever silence has arisen during the practice. And it helps to integrate the silence into waking life, into the active part of life. So I want to add one thing, and then I want to have a little conversation. I'm sure that I was the only one whose mind wandered at all during that time, that everyone just had a lightning laser focus that never wavered, single pointed, right? The whole time. So actually one of the things I love that is that the neuroscience people are helping to explain so many things that we meditators have always experienced. And it seems that below conscious awareness, the mind is constantly scanning for threats and opportunities. And so threats, we understand that. We don't want to get eaten while meditating. So there's always a little bit of the like, is that a saber-toothed tiger sniffing my toe? Am I safe? And that causes the mind to wander. It's always looking, and then a kind of looking for opportunities. Maybe possible dinner, a wildebeest, a nice wildebeest is walking right in front of me now, and I should really be hunting or looking for a job or looking for a mate. Or so there's an aspect of our restlessness and anxiety that's evolutionarily programmed to keep us alive. So I think this has helped me have a much friendlier attitude about my mind wandering. So when the mind wanders, we just very gently bring it back, reminding ourselves why we're practicing, renewing our intention to practice, and just congratulating ourselves for catching the mind wandering. And what the neuroscience is showing is that just the act of bringing the mind back actually helps to create a shift in the neural pathways. Mm-hmm. So that we're just shepherding our brain toward behaving in a way that will be more enjoyable and serve us more fully, because we do need to be aware of threats and opportunities, but that part is so blown out of all proportion for most of us that we're more anxious than is healthy. So and if practiced daily, there's kind of a natural progression. At some point at the beginning, most people will completely forget that they're supposed to be looking at a focal point and just end up thinking about whatever. But after a point, you'll be able to effortlessly keep the focal point all the time, and that's the beginning of this unification of the mind that happens. The focal point's never lost, even if interesting thoughts arise and you entertain them for a moment, there's still a sense of connection to the Dantian. And then there are other stages past that.